Good morning, Phoenix. Welcome to the Good Life at Lancer Dr. Fitness. Welcome to the show. If you're a first-time listener, I've been on the air primarily on this station since about 1991, so that's a long time. It gives you a good idea of my age. I'm like many of the listeners out there. I'm some guy who's got a lot of years behind him, planning to have a lot of years in front of me. I just do all the right things, so I have that opportunity. Anyhow, welcome to the show. We're here and we're dedicated to your well-being, your health. Okay, how you take care of yourself is an important factor in regards to how we age, and this is what we talk about. And my best favorite guest is in the studio with me this morning, Paul Eftang from Nootropics Depot. I call him Boy Genius because you're going to be 41, right?
Yeah.
He's be 41. To me, he's a boy, much younger than me by 30 years. Okay, anyhow. I love having Paul. My listeners love having him. They always ask me, when's Paul going to come on again? Because we have, he's like an encyclopedia of knowledge when it comes to nutraceuticals and how to benefit the body. Today we're going to talk about mood or moods. And, that word can go a long way, Paul.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's a mood for everything. Mood for food, mood for love. Okay, bad moods. Okay, I'm irritated. Anxiety mood, moods.
Right.
Okay, so it applies to many different things.
Life is just a series of moods.
Moods, exactly it. And so when we look in regards to nutraceuticals and look in regards to food and lifestyle, and nutrition directly impacts your mood through biochemical signals between your gut, your brain, and your endocrine system. Could you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah. So, I mean, we've talked about fiber before,
right,
in the microbiome and how that really affects a lot of your life. So mood is no different. We had talked previously on another episode about how some probiotics make GABA, and GABA is the inhibitory neurotransmitter that makes it so that you can stay calm. But serotonin is also made in your gut, and serotonin is a mood hormone. And serotonin actually plays a role in digestion too. So it's kind of like a yin and yang. And if you have gut problems, you're not going to have a very good mood because your gut's going to be hurting and you're not going to be absorbing nutrients. So the relationship between the gut and your mood is pretty direct.
Okay, so those brain chemicals that are necessary for a mood come from food.
Sometimes, well, yes, yeah. Like serotonin comes from tryptophan in your diet.
Tryptophan, right, which is an amino acid. Okay, but there's ways to manipulate that to a certain degree too, right?
Right.
This is what Big Pharma gets into making drugs to control moods.
Well, we've talked about that before, where the pharmaceutical industry likes to just sidestep the body's hormones and
natural mechanism of making this itself.
And then they create a synthetic molecule that binds to the same receptor but isn't the natural version of the thing.
That's because they can make money off that.
Yeah,
a lot
because
of
it's patentable. Yeah,
they get people hooked.
Right.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
The more hooked you get people on, the more bucks you put in your pocket.
Well, and it really is a patent thing, right? You can't patent natural compounds. So the pharmaceutical industry, and a lot of people don't realize the pharmaceutical industry looks to nature. They go out into nature and they find these things that are doing benefits for thousands of years in traditional cultures. And then they go, how do we find the bioactive that's doing that? And then how do we make a new one that does the same thing?
So they take and magnify the effect is what they do.
Not even magnify sometimes. Sometimes it's the same effect.
But chemically.
Right.
Synthetically.
Yeah, synthetically or very specific. Like maybe your natural serotonin binds to a bunch of 5-HT2 receptors in the brain, but then they make an SSRI that only binds to 3 of them, for a specific effect.
Right.
It's not always bad. Sometimes the pharmaceutical industry makes a compound that is much more effective than the one found in nature, but a lot of the times when you go back through these studies, the statistical significance isn't really any different than the ones you would get in nature.
Right. So synthetically, when a person takes or replaces this neurochemical, with something that's synthetic, made in a laboratory, based on a similar model of what they find in nature, when they go on this stuff, is there a problem coming off of it versus natural?
It depends on the compound, but oftentimes, yes. I mean, anybody that's been on SSRIs and abruptly gone off of them have probably experienced brain zaps. They call them brain zaps.
Right.
They're not quite sure the mechanism behind it. Everybody's just like, oh yeah, if you quit SSRIs too quickly, you get brain zaps. It's just
Right.
kind of understood.
But with natural substances, that doesn't happen?
Most of the time, no, because you're not using chemistry to make the
manipulate it.
molecule bind to something very specific. It's usually a much more broad binding affinity.
Okay, so we look at this and we look at the diet, what we're eating. Here it says blood sugar and irritability. Okay, we have a lot of people are irritated today. You can see them driving down the freeway.
Yeah.
Okay, or when you run them in the store or whatever it may be, and people are irritated. It's a lot of times tied to blood sugar spikes,
Yeah.
up and dropped, and all of a sudden you just feel it.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
That's my wife. If she doesn't eat, then I fast, so I'm used to.
Yeah, you're like me. I eat 2 meals a day, and that's it.
Yeah, I eat one, so I'm just used to not eating.
Yeah,
But some people, they need regular food, or else
Well, they're not acclimatized to burning ketones for
Right.
energy. They need the sugar,
Yeah.
carbs,
and
that
their
kind of
brain sends out signals going, "Give me food."
Of course, when then we have these spikes and drops in blood glucose, then that also shifts our mood too.
Well, and that's why we develop berberine.
Right, I know.
And
Times,
in berberine, we put saffron, which increases serotonin, and that was for the mood aspects and for the emotional eating aspects.
Right, absolutely. And so this is when you look at the GLP-1 drugs, they claim they help with the brain noise. In other words, they control the brain to say, go eat something when you're not really even hungry or need it.
Right.
Okay, so here we go with the mood food. So neurotransmitter production, we look at proteins in general. Okay, that you make these from proteins, correct?
Yeah, so the proteins are essentially just big chains of peptides. Peptides are just chains of amino acids, and tryptophan is one of the amino acids. So tryptophan becomes serotonin, phenylalanine, goes down the dopamine route and becomes L-dopa and then dopamine. So amino acids are kind of the building blocks of all of these neurotransmitters.
Yeah, because you had the big word now is, I gotta get on a peptide. I tell people that's protein, that's amino acids, what that is.
Yeah, shorter proteins. Yeah.
Exactly.
And a lot of people don't realize, so we sold peptides like over a decade ago. So that's kind of how I got into the industry. I was really interested in the more advanced side, and peptides were that. So everybody's talking about BPC 157 these days. And we were the first people in the United States to sell it.
Okay, so say it again?
BPC 157.
You said it really fast.
Yeah, I'm used to it.
Now, what is that? Okay, that's made from amino acids. Okay, but they're not, those are, okay. That's the chemical description of a number of different amino acids linked together.
So the BPC 157 was the code. It was given by the pharmaceutical company researching it. So it actually stands for body protection compound.
Okay, so what's in that formula? What
So
amino acids?
it's just a chain of amino acids, and what they claim, they found it in human gastric fluid. That it was this protective peptide that they isolated in gastric fluid. There's argument against that, whether it was actually found naturally in the body or whether they just made it, in a lab. But it's a really good peptide. It's a healing peptide. One of our people actually broke his arm, had a compound fracture. He was in a hot air balloon, and there was an accident, a up gust of wind, fell out and snapped his arm literally in half. And in recovering that, he was injecting BPC 157 and TB 500, and he recovered at least 3 times faster than he
And it's a combination of amino acids linked together then.
Yep.
Okay.
Which is why you have to inject it most of the time, because your gastric fluid will break it down.
Now, is this a combination of essential and non-essential?
Yeah.
And there's only so many of those.
Right.
But they link them together correctly to cause that reaction. Incredible.
And then proteins are just peptides that are longer chained.
Right.
So it's all amino acids built into structures, built into larger structures, and that's actually what protein is.
Okay. So anyhow, this is getting into this is deep stuff right here, Paul. It really is. So we're going to be talking about saffron when we come back first with that one. And the other one was 7 and 8.
7,8-DHF or 7,8-dihydroxyflavone.
Which is really interesting. We'll talk about those as well. Yeah. But I'm going to give you the website for Nootropics Depot. Don't call me. Don't text me unless absolutely necessary. older people, and I can say that because I'm 71 next month, all right? You need to listen real carefully because Paul and I are talking slowly. At least we're trying to. Okay, it's Nootropics Depot, Nootropics Depot.com. When you go to the website, it says take the quiz. Correct, Paul? I'm looking at it right here.
Yep.
It's right in front of me. Find the perfect supplements, take the quiz.
Yep.
It's going to take you through the quiz and it will direct you with the right stuff for you based on what you're telling it.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yep.
Okay, so if they put in their mood,
Yep.
the right things will pop up for them.
Right.
Okay, and enter my name in there, you'll get a discount as well. Okay, don't call them, all right, because if you were calling them, they wouldn't be able to take your calling out because the phones would be so busy. Go to Nootropics Depot, N-O-O, that's two O's, Nootropics Depot.com. We'll be right back. We're talking about mood today, and we want to talk about saffron.
Yeah.
Okay, according to what I'm reading here, a highly prized spice harvested from 3 vivid crimson stigmas from the center of the crocus stidivus flower.
Crocus sativa.
It's frequently, like they said, the world's most expensive spice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
At $5,000 to $10,000 per kilogram. Holy cripes.
Yeah. Yeah, if you see a harvest of saffron, you'll see why. They're very little flowers, and you don't even use the flowers. You just use the little stigmas inside of the flowers. And it's these fields that grow at high altitudes and only grows in a few places around the world. 90% of it comes from Iran. So this Iran thing right now has shot
the price of saffron way up. Huh?
Our raw material cost doubled.
Whoa.
Yeah, doubled in a couple week time frame. So, these people go out in the fields and they have to lean over and pick all these flowers, and then they have to manually pick these little stigmas out of them, and thousands and thousands and thousands of flowers add up to just a very small amount of powder.
Well, it says here historically it's been used in traditional medicine for over 4,000 years. Mm-hmm. It has powerful antioxidant, anti-inflammatory properties. It's a mood booster.
Yep.
It helps cognitive health. And it helps blood sugar.
It's the best mood booster, and it's our #1 selling product on Amazon now, and it just shot up. I think somebody talked about it and got people interested in it.
Uh-huh.
And everybody that tries it usually loves it. And ours has been coming from Spain, but even though the Iranian stuff going on, it's a worldwide market. So the price of our Spanish saffron went up too.
They grow it up in the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
What they do.
Yeah, and then so we're pivoting. We actually made a relationship with a entity out of India, and then they went to our farms there, and we're actually going to be pivoting to Kashmir saffron. So it comes from a very small valley in Kashmir, and we tested it. We got samples in, and it's even more potent than the current one we have. So we're currently working on that.
Once you harvest it, how long does it take for the next crop to grow in?
Usually once a year.
It's seasonal.
Right.
Whoa.
Yeah, and when you harvest it, affects the bioactives. And the primary bioactives in it are crocins and safranals. Those are the 2 primary classes of bioactives.
Okay, we're also using this in berberine as well because of moods.
Right.
Okay.
And we did it specifically for the emotional eating aspect, but it's also just nicer to feel better throughout the day.
Yeah, more mellow.
Yeah.
That's basically it, because it means to help people that are sort of they're in a bad mood all the time. They can't figure out why. Okay, help to calm the brain is what that is.
Well, and if you look up studies, they've directly compared it to SSRIs.
I see them here right
and
here.
it's as effective or more effective than SSRIs. And they've even given it to people that are on SSRIs, and it improves the effects of the SSRIs and reduces the side effects.
Yeah,
so
there's nothing but positive stuff to say about it. This is AI saying this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it does all this.
And everybody's heard of saffron, right? Most people have heard of saffron in a culinary sense,
right?
Like in
for
food,
right?
But supplementing saffron is kind of a newer thing that we've been trying to get people to try. And traditionally, just the cost has been the hurdle. But with our relationship with these farms in Kashmir, we're going to be able to make a really, really interesting saffron and keep the costs under control.
Can you ever grow that in a laboratory?
You can. Yep. Yeah, so we actually work with a company called Ayana, who's doing plant cell culture research, and they're trying to grow it in liquid bioreactors.
Okay, so let's say a person is taking a medication for moods.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're depressed, they take something for that, or else, they're anxious all the time.
Yeah.
All right, a lot of people are.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and they want to use this. All right, so they get the Saffron, okay, from Nootropics Depot.
Mm-hmm.
And is it safe to supplement with the medication they're taking?
Obviously, they always got to talk to their doctor.
Right,
if
no,
they're
I
gonna
understand.
add
Yeah, I
anything
mean,
in.
yeah,
But
yeah.
if they're on an SSRI, there's a bunch of studies on there showing that you can take Saffron with it, and it reduces the side effects of the SSRIs and improves the effects.
Okay, so if they get on this and are on it for a while, and they go to the doctor and say, Doc, I'm doing really well, can you try to wean me off the medication?
Mm-hmm.
Will they have a side effect from coming off the medication, or because they're taking this,
It
they
reduces
won't?
the side effects.
Yeah, see, there we go.
Yeah, it's really cool. And, this is kind of a topic that's near and dear to my heart. I went through a depression when I was younger, and almost took my life on a number of occasions. So that's actually what got me into this industry to start. When I came out of my depression, I wanted to understand why. Why did my brain do what it did? Why did my body and brain fight against me? And I wanted to understand, partly because I didn't want to go through it again.
Right.
But I wanted to see if I could prevent other people from having to go through that same thing.
Okay, is there an age limit on this? I mean, can it be too young to take it, or can you be, okay,
There's studies in children.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that actually helps kids or people who have ADHD as well.
Right. Well, and think about it. It's in paella in Spanish cuisine. Kids are eating paella all the time in Spain.
Yeah, Spanish kids are, not ours.
Well, yeah. Well, maybe that's
Ours are eating Cheetos.
yeah. Maybe that's part of the problem.
It's most likely. So, can you overtake this?
I mean, obviously anything you can overtake, but the therapeutic window is so wide. I haven't found a.
Okay. So, what's recommended on your bottle?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to take more than that, but if you take one more a day, it's not going to really.
Right. And some of our customers and some of our people that work for us take 2 capsules a day. Some take 4 capsules a day. It's very, very safe.
Right. Are you using this in Cognance?
In Cognance?
Yeah.
No, with Cognance.
Right.
So
use it with it.
yeah, so Cognance is our patented acid hydrolyzed Bacopa, and it really goes well with Cognance and Arinimax, our lion's mane.
Because I use both those.
So if you have Cognance, Arinimax, and Saffron, it's a great.
So if I ordered some Saffron, I'll really be mellow.
Yeah.
I'll be a really cool 71-year-old.
Yeah, and it's not like a mellow.
I know.
Like a Xanax, It's not like you're.
Yeah, it's not making you sleepy.
Right.
It just chills you.
Yeah,
So
it keeps you.
Yeah, you don't get anxious fast. You just nice guy.
Right.
Like me.
Well, and I don't know. So traditionally for depression, SSRIs have been the thing, and data has been coming out that SSRIs aren't that good.
Right.
That they're not much better than placebo. And a lot of people don't realize that the study methodologies for testing depression have changed. So if all of these SSRIs that are on the market today were run through studies today, they wouldn't pass. Because the new methodologies for reaching statistical significance in a depression study are much harder than they were in the 1970s. So if you retested all these drugs that are on the market now that doctors are prescribing all over this country, you retested them, they would fail. They would fail those drug trials today because we've gotten better at.
Yeah, but they're not going to retest them.
They're not, no, because they're already approved.
Right, exactly. They lose money.
And a 2022 study came out, landmark study, showing that the serotonin hypothesis of depression was wrong, because that was the hypothesis the whole time. People that were depressed had low serotonin. And serotonin plays a role, but it's not low serotonin depressed. A lot of it comes from neuroinflammation. So it's actually a neuroinflammatory response, and SSRIs indirectly lower neuroinflammation.
So to have brain inflammation, basically.
Yep.
Okay, so.
Which makes
that's
sense.
Interesting, yeah.
If you have a bunch of neuroinflammation, you're going to be depressed. Your brain is constantly in fight mode.
Then this would also help individuals, I would think, I'm just talking off the cuff now, with migraines.
Mm-hmm.
You would think so.
Yeah. Well, and the drugs that they developed for migraines, they actually discovered by using magic mushrooms. And magic mushrooms bind into the 5-HT2A receptor, the serotonin 2A receptor.
Right.
And they've figured out that specifically cluster headaches and migraine headaches go through these serotonin receptors, and if you modulate those, you can actually reduce migraines and cluster headaches.
Okay, so this would be helpful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But this way, it wouldn't hurt.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, totally. Interesting. You know, because I've been taking your stuff for a couple of years now since I met you guys. To be honest with you, I haven't had a headache.
Yeah.
And I mean, I use almost all your stuff, most of it. I haven't used this yet.
Yeah.
Okay, but all the other stuff's working pretty dang good. I would think so. I haven't had a headache at all.
That's good.
No sinus headache, nothing. I used to get this all the time.
Right.
So.
And you're already on Cognance and Arimidex, so
Yep.
it's perfect to add Saffron.
I put out for my wife too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, along with the vitamin D3, put the K2 in it,
Mm-hmm.
because her vitamin D3 was low.
Yeah.
So now it's normal after about a month of me making her take it.
Good.
So anyhow.
Yeah, because especially as you get older, you don't go out in the sun.
Welcome back to Good Life with Lance, Dr. Fitness. My guest today is Paul Eftang. He's my favorite guest from Nootropics Depot, and I have a lot of my clients and people. When are you going to have Paul on again? When are you going to have Paul on? Well, we asked him if he can come on twice a month, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because we get a lot of interesting information that you don't get normally on your weekend talk radio shows, okay? This is not a financial show. This is a show to help you get healthier, all right, through natural means, meaning exercise, nutrition, and nutraceuticals, the right types of things from an expert with the right type of advice. And we're talking about mood today. And there's all kinds of moods. It could be in a good mood, a bad mood. You can be in an angry mood. You can be in an anxiety mood. I mean, you name it. It's a mood. All right. And so we talked about saffron and its effect on moods. And now there's another one here. I mean, you're going to say this is a long name. I mean, dihydroxyflavone.
Yeah, so we just call it 7,8-DHF, but 7,8-dihydroxyflavone.
Imagine reading that on a label. It's a naturally occurring flavonoid found in plants. Okay, and tell us about it.
So we talked about the 2022 landmark study showing saffron, or the serotonin isn't the primary driver of depression. So why do SSRIs work? Well, they've kind of studied that and shown that it's a knock-on effect. When you take SSRIs, eventually your BDNF goes up, which is your brain-derived neurotrophic factor.
Right.
So what 7,8-DHF does is it increases your BDNF. So rather than going to the serotonin and then waiting for your body to upregulate BDNF in response to the serotonin, it just goes straight to the serotonin effect, or the BDNF effect. And the receptor that is called TRKB, or TrkB. And that's a neurotrophic receptor, which is very similar to nerve growth factor, but it's in the brain.
Yeah, what it tells you here too, it says, unlike actual BDNF, which cannot easily enter the brain through the bloodstream, 7,8-DHF successfully crosses the blood-brain barrier.
Right. Yeah. So if you were to take BDNF, the thing that binds to your TrkB receptor in your brain, it would never get to your brain. Same with if you want to increase your dopamine, you can't just take a pill with dopamine or serotonin because it doesn't pass the blood-brain barrier. So 7,8-DHF passes the blood-brain barrier and then increases BDNF.
So orally you can take it, is what it says here too, which is extremely important.
Right. And it's, so saffron, you take about 30 milligrams. 7,8-DHF, you take about 25. So these are very potent molecules.
Okay, can you take both?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
This is cool stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're very cool. And not a lot of people know about 7,8-DHF, you know. More and more people are talking about saffron, but very few people are talking about 7,8-DHF.
Okay, now where do you get this stuff from?
Well, we make it.
Well, I know that, but what, the raw material?
It's from a plant, and actually, I think
not Iran, right?
No.
Okay.
No. Now this one, I believe, is grown. I think it's in China.
Okay, you get a lot of stuff from the East.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're more open to natural medicine. Here we've kind of shunned natural medicine.
Well, I think we're going more in that direction now because of RFK Jr. being in administration. It's making people think twice about what they're eating.
Right.
They're reading labels now. Okay, and they want to do things to help them benefit their health.
Well, look at the last 30 years in the United States, though. Natural medicine has kind of been demonized. And if you went in and talked about supplements to your doctor, they would just say, oh, it's snake oil, it doesn't work.
I know.
And it's crazy. Like, these natural medicines have been used in cultures for thousands of years around the world. And you know, some of them have better health than we do naturally without drugs.
We talk about case studies that go on for thousands of years. You're gonna get some pretty good results.
Right.
You know, yeah. Because it says here, cognition, memory helps that, protects neuroprotection, the brain, mood support. I mean, this is all good stuff for people. So I mean, maybe we should take the freeways out here, turn them into a toll booth type of place where they drive through and you give them, okay, Saffron for the day, okay, and 7/8 DHF.
Yeah.
People wouldn't be going crazy on the freeway. Be driving, smiling at everybody.
Be a nicer drive,
Be
I think.
cutting you off or tailgating you, that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
It'd probably work really good. I mean, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
They should hire me. I can get that all done for them.
Or we can just convince everybody to start eating paella.
We got to change the name so it sounds nice.
Yeah.
All right. Anyhow, if you're interested, you have some questions, you can actually take the quiz on Paul's website at Nootropics Depot. Now, listen to me, seniors. I'm going to spell it. I'm going to spell it slowly. Okay? Nootropics Depot. DEPOT.com. Nootropics Depot. Remember, it's no with two O's.
Yep.
Remember it, tropicsdepot.com. I mean, I've got it right in front of me here on the computer in the studio, and it's right on it says, take the quiz. If you take the quiz, it takes you through steps, and it will direct you in the right way.
Yep.
Correct, Paul? Pretty easy to do.
Yep. Ask you who you are, what your age is, what you're looking for, and then it suggests 4 products based on whatever you answer.
Right. And I mean, even when I go on it, it wants me to take, I'm not taking a quiz. I know what I want. Just put the name in there.
Yeah. You don't have to take a quiz.
No, absolutely. If most people, they can't remember the names because you get all these names like, whoa.
Well, Saffron should be easier to remember.
Yeah. But the other ones, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, it was steering in the right direction. Okay, that's nootropicsdepot.com. Again, if you can't remember that, people are driving their car, they can't write it down and say, what did Lance say? Just go to my website at zoomlance.com. Go to the contact page, and Paul's website is right there. Just click on it. We'll take you right into their home page right here, and it will help you take the quiz and just go right from there. Pretty easy to do. So let's talk about how can this help people change their idea and get the laziness from them as far as exercising? Can it help there?
Yeah, I mean it can. I think the laziness around exercising is more motivation, so probably more dopamine, norepinephrine, and when you exercise, your body makes endorphins, and that's how people get addicted to exercise.
Get the fix. It only takes 15 minutes to do that, you know.
Oh yeah,
not very long.
And a lot of people don't realize that endorphins are what bind to the opioid receptors in your body. So when people get addicted to heroin and other opioids, it's because it's activating those same receptors that you get when you work out.
That's also why exercise, particularly the kind that we do, is resistance done in a cardio manner. It also helps with pain, okay, arthritic pain, things like this, because you're getting an increase in these opioids, okay, which help with pain.
Right.
But it's only natural.
Which is also why people that have gone through drug addiction, they often go and they do running and they do working out. They replace that. Yeah,
they should be. Yeah,
with a much healthier.
There's no doubt about it. Because you know when I work out, you know, I usually work out early. If I got people coming at 5:30 in the morning, we get there at 5 o'clock and work out. I'm done in 20-25 minutes. But it's nonstop. I'm doing about 40 exercises in that period of time.
Right.
I don't rest. Okay, I just keep moving from upper to lower body like a pump, get the blood circulating, using resistance movements and a lot of core stuff as well. And when I'm done, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good for the day. I feel really good mentally.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting that fix that these things will help as well. Okay.
Yeah, so endorphins kind of give you that pain killing, they give you that motivating, they give you that reinforcing aspect that just improves everything.
Yeah, I mean, that's every one of my clients that come in, and even the people on my home class, I say the same thing, how much better they feel mentally. There's no doubt about in my mind how beneficial this is for not only your physical health, but your mental health as well. Okay.
That's why it's good, because once you get into a program and you start repeating it, you don't want to stop. You get more.
Yeah, you don't have to overdo it either. People say, well, I don't have an on it. No, it takes you 15, 20 minutes, 2 or 3 days a week. You can do it daily, but if you can't fit it in your schedule daily, 2 or 3 days a week is plenty, okay? Because you're going to get that fix from the exercise and what it's doing for as far as your brain and, of course, your body as well.
Well, think about the rest of your life, how inefficient you are, how much time you waste because you're down, you're not motivated. You spend 15 to 30 minutes a day on exercise, then though you're going to be more motivated, you're going to feel better throughout the rest of your day. So it's going to improve the whole aspects of your life.
Well, I know because I start work really early in the morning, and when I get home, I like to cook.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm doing dishes, I'm cooking. This is after getting up at 3 o'clock, 3:30 in the morning. Okay, and getting home, doing this stuff because I love doing this for my wife to making her life easier. Okay, it has its benefits.
Yeah.
You know that. Okay, so but anyhow, it's not. I mean, someone my age, most guys they're sitting watching TV. They're falling asleep in the chair.
Yeah.
You're not meant to sit there all day long looking at a television set and just eating. Okay, just to fill your time up. We're supposed to be an active individual.
Right.
Okay, but you don't have to spend a couple hours doing this stuff. It doesn't take a long time. Okay, so anyhow, we've got Saffron. We have 7,8-DHF.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else you can add to the mix?
I think Sabroxy is really good. So Sabroxy is extract from Auroxylum indicum. It's from India as well, and it's standardized to Auroxylin A, and that one hits the dopamine side. So you were talking about motivation. That's more dopaminergic related, and so Sabroxy, 7,8-DHF, our Saffron, and our Arenimax all together, they stack amazingly well because you're hitting a bunch of different aspects: serotonin, BDNF, nerve growth factor, dopamine. And then all of that together just makes you a very focused, motivated, happy, level-headed person.
Have they ever studied this with Parkinson's?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Because so the Auroxylin A in Sabroxy is a dopamine reuptake inhibitor,
Right.
and they've actually studied it alongside Ritalin, and it was as effective as Ritalin.
It's Ritalin.
But it's natural. And as I said, remember, the pharmaceutical industry isn't not looking at nature. They take inspiration
They
from
get it
nature all the time.
It's like the first cholesterol medications.
And then they go, okay, how do we make a synthetic version of this and
Right.
patent it?
That's it because you can patent that.
Let's just use nature. Like,
They don't want to do that. They can't
know.
charge as much.
Right.
Interesting.
It's about profit.
How about MS?
Multiple sclerosis, that's a little bit more complex of a mechanism that they haven't quite figured out yet, but it shouldn't hurt.
ALS.
Again,
Same thing.
still trying to figure out
Yeah.
to crack that nut. Yeah, some of those are horrible. ALS, watching someone go through ALS is horrible.
Yeah, I presently have a friend whose wife has it. Yeah, I've talked to you about her, and it's just, it's really sad when you think about it. And a lot of times this is tied to what we've done for long periods of time, which is eating the wrong kind of foods and not being active and things like that.
Right.
The immune system just breaks down and we get sick.
Well, and we talked about fiber. 95% of Americans are deficient in fiber,
Yeah.
and now younger.
Well, the
and
right
younger
kind
people.
of fiber.
Right.
Yeah.
Fermentable,
Yeah.
fermenting the right things, getting your microbiome back in balance.
Yeah, which helps your digestion too.
Yeah.
You digest food better. You get more nutrients from it. It doesn't pass through you.
Oh, so I forgot to even bring this up. So we're currently developing 2 probiotics, and we're working with a company out of Taiwan that makes really, really advanced probiotics. And one of theirs, they call it GK Joy. It's the strain that they use, and it actually has studies on it to improve mood. So
Jeez.
and I believe it's working through both serotonin and GABA. So the core probiotic that we're going to come out with has a probiotic in it that'll improve mood. And the people that are beta testing it right now, one of my guys said, I take it and I've been feeling great. I noticed my mood higher.
Doesn't have to be refrigerated, right?
No.
Okay, good. Welcome back to the Good Life at Lancaster, Dr. Fitness. My guest today, Paul Eftang from Nootropics Depot, and he's coming on the show twice a month because we want to make sure that you guys are getting information that's useful, helping you be better. That's a good term, right, Paul?
Oh, yeah.
Be better, feel better, live better, enjoy your life more. All right, and one of the things that we do that is not fun as you get older is we just don't enjoy life as much as we did when we're young, and you got to stop that. A lot of this is what you're doing. Of course, Paul's here today. We're talking about moods. And we talked about Saffron, 7,8-DHF. What's the other one we just talked about?
Sabroxy.
Jeepers. Okay, so if this is you and you want to find out more that could possibly help you, also other things, if you're on heart medications, you want to look at blood pressure, things like this, just put the question in on their website and they'll steer you in the right directions. Put my name down, you'll get a discount. You go to Nootropics Depot, Nootropics Depot.com. Nootropics Depot, Nootropics Depot, Depot.com. and it takes you right to their homepage. It says take the quiz, all right, and you take that quiz any time of the day or night, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whoa, get people to work all night long?
Oh, it's automated.
Oh,
Yeah, we pre-thought of
that's
all the
smart.
answers. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can get the answer what you're looking for. So that's great, and it'll steer you in the right direction. What products, what nutraceuticals work best for you. Now, here's something I really find really interesting about your line. You actually send a sheet, or they can get that on the assay done on that product.
Yep. Every product page.
You cannot find that elsewhere. All right, and that tells you what's in the product to verify what you are buying is what you are getting, because there is a problem in the industry when you buy nutritional supplements, particularly now a lot online. You're not getting what you're paying for. Correct?
Correct. And there's a lot of fake labs out there putting out fake lab data. That's why we started the Future Nutri Foundation, the consumer protection, consumer advocacy nonprofit.
Now, how bad is it?
Bad. Yeah.
What percent?
Depends on what section of the market you're in. Like some parts of the market, the bodybuilding side, it's really bad. There was certain products that we bought on Amazon. Every single one of them was fake. You know, some of the more
Bodybuilding ones.
Yeah, the bodybuilding ones for sure. And there's undisclosed pharmaceutical ingredients in those, and a lot of bodybuilders want that. They just want to feel something. So having undisclosed amphetamines in it, undisclosed, you know, like Cialis in it, they're like, oh yeah, fine, whatever.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy. Like the bodybuilding side of the market can be a little bit crazier. So it depends on which specific supplement you're talking about. Like some of the easier ones, if you're taking GABA, generally those are okay. But a lot of the plant-based extracts, there's going to be a lot of adulteration, 75% sometimes.
Yeah, because we're hearing a lot about creatine now. And I take your creatine. I can tell you, I've taken creatine in the past, and I didn't notice much at all. I take your creatine, and I notice a lot.
Yeah.
And I take it every day. There's really no flavor to it. In fact, I mix it with black coffee. It dissolves really fast. I drink it down in the morning, and I'm on my way.
Yep.
Okay, I mean, I've seen an increase in my strength, all right, and everything else. But I mean, it's just great stuff. It's great for every cell in the body because you make cellular energy from that. People don't realize that.
And for mood.
Yeah, everything. I mean, and I mean, when I got Jim on it, he's my show producer. You know Jim, and he swears by this stuff as well.
Especially as you age. Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible. So anybody can take the creatine, and of course, Paul's I really believe is the best. I really do, because again, I've taken creatine in the past. Didn't notice it like this. All right.
Yeah, we put a lot of care into making sure that everything is as good as it can be.
Well, you put a lot of care in a lot of stuff. I mean, I visit your facility. It was 80,000 square feet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got 85 now. We have 96 employees now.
Oh, my God. And the place is huge. They actually manufacture a lot of their products there. So they put it together, tablets and capsules and you name it. I mean, it's like going through a Walmart. It's so big. You know, it's incredible. Okay, with all the machines and whatnot. And of course, you grow some mushrooms there as well, too, right?
Yep.
All right, when can you come on again? Look at your schedule.
Yeah.
Twice a month. Okay, next week I've got a gentleman on who was in the restaurant business with oils. We're going to talk a lot about cooking oils, which is interesting stuff, what they do with this stuff.
Right.
And what we're getting when we go to a restaurant and they use oil there.
Right. Reused, recycled oils. Yeah.
That's the kind they're using. You'd be shocked. Okay, what this stuff does.
And temperatures that you cook the oils at. A lot of people overcook specific oils, and then it creates these volatiles.
They take some of the oils they get rid of and they feed it to the animals.
And then we eat it again from the animals.
Not good. Okay, not good at all. Anyhow, here's what you can do if you want to get yourself enrolled in my home program. Okay, you do it on your convenience. Okay, I send you a recording of an exercise routine that we do using resistance bands. You don't have to join any gym at all. All you need is resistance bands. That's it. You can do the exercise routine anytime, day or night, on your time schedule, not mine. And to make sure you're doing the program, you're sending me a text when you just did the program. In other words, if you just worked out, you send me a text, Lance, I just got done working out. Pretty simple to do, all right? You're going to get 4 exercise routines that are ready to record a new one to give you some variation. It's $60 a month. That's it. You want to do it 2 or 3 days a week. To go through the program takes you about 20, 25 minutes. That's it. No more than that. And if you have that accountability, the insurance of you going up and doing it goes way up. Again, you have that accountability. So if you're interested and you want to get yourself enrolled, we're ready to sign up people for the month of June. The good thing about this, you can have an unlimited number of people doing it because you're doing it on your own, okay, and you're sending that text. Not in a group setting, not in the gym, all on your own. The phone number to call is 623-225-8157, 623-225-8157. Okay, 623-225-8157. Call or text that number. Just say, I want to do the home program, or if you want to come in to see us for that free consultation and enroll in our one-on-one program within our facilities, you can do that as well. If you're driving, you can't remember that number, then go to my website at zoomlance.com. Go to the contact page, send me an email, tell me which program you're interested in doing, either one at home, okay, or the one within our facility. Then we'll set up the time to come see us, or we'll get on the phone and call you and get you enrolled in the home program, which is $60 a month. That's it. That's dirt cheap to be accountable. We're seeing great success, particularly for people, that are 60 and older. It's really working really well for them, okay? Again, Paul's email address, not email, my website is Nootropics Depot, Nootropics, Depot, DEPOT.com. You can take the quiz on the front, their homepage right there. It says, find your perfect supplements, take the quiz, and it will direct you right to what you actually need to take. If you can't remember that address, go to my website, okay, and you click on contact. His website pops up, and go there. Okay, Paul, we're going to get you on in a couple weeks, okay?
Yeah, sounds great.
This is great. You have a nice Memorial Day weekend.
You as well.
You've been listening to The Good Life with Lance, your Dr. Fitness. This show will replay itself tomorrow at 3 o'clock on Sundays. Tell your friends about it. Tell your neighbors about it. Tell your family about it. Have a great Memorial Day weekend.